Hi, everyone, and welcome to Merari's Industry 4.0 show. As always, I am your host, Brad Wade. And in today's episode, we are going to be exploring augmented reality, or otherwise known as AR. So what is augmented reality? I'm glad you asked. Augmented reality is using a device like a mobile device, a phone, or a tablet, and getting digital information inside of that. So being able to look through your device, see the world around you, but getting digital assets and information. So let's take a quick look at what augmented reality is. And as you can see here, you see some images. Yep, that's augmented reality. Yes, and this is augmented reality. Yes, that's Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is actually very responsible for pushing the technology and getting the vocabulary out into the mainstream. So we have a lot to thank Pokemon Go for that. Now, let's get to you incorporating augmented reality into your business, your industry, or your vertical, and what that looks like. Now, there are two ways to deliver it, and you heard me just mention this. One way to deliver it is a tablet, and another is a smartphone. Now, there are almost 200 million tablets in the US alone, but the most common way to deliver augmented reality is through a mobile device like a smartphone. And there are over 4.7 billion smartphones, so they're everywhere. You think about it, most situations around you, everybody has one. So that is one of the best ways to deliver augmented reality. Now, today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at 3 different areas on how you can start thinking about and incorporating AR in your area. And one of those is workflow, another one is training, and the third one is remote operations or remote assistance. So let's take a look at those 3. All right, so I mentioned workflow. Workflow is using a mobile device, a tablet, or a phone to look at a system and then follow procedures, step-by-step procedures. That's what we're talking about when we use the word workflow. And as you can see here, here is an image. Somebody's using a tablet. They're getting feedback from a piece of equipment, and they can look at the workflow and procedures and make decisions based on the information. So that's workflow. Another one is training. So think about when you're bringing somebody on brand new, you're onboarding them, or you're have a worker who is learning something new for the first time. Those two are great options to look at using AR in training. So as you see here in this graphic, this is Bosch using AR to work on engine parts with their mechanics, part of their training and onboarding program. Now you can insert that simple idea into any situation. Think about anybody learning something for the very first time. It is a great place to use digital information, augmented reality for somebody to learn a new piece of equipment. And we can explore many, many different things that they can do with that. But the simple form is just using that for onboarding and training, new pieces of equipment, new situations. Now, the third one that we talked about is remote operations or assistance. Now, the first two are pretty easy to kind of think about and understand, like, oh, that makes sense. I'll do a little more explaining on the remote assistance one. So think about this. When we're talking about augmented reality, we're talking about augmenting your reality specifically. So think about this. This technology now allows us to do something in this situation. So imagine that you're in an industry, you have a shop floor, a manufacturing plant, and somebody has come out to repair or do some maintenance on a piece of equipment. And they're taking a look at it, and all of a sudden they hit a situation where they need to do some troubleshooting. Well, now what they're able to do, instead of either have to bring somebody else in, lose a lot of downtime, they're now able to use this technology to get in touch with somebody, maybe somebody back at their own shop who has more information, more experience about this piece of equipment. And now what they can do is using a tablet, a device, an HMD, a head-mounted display. There's great software and hardware where you can use this. And here's the situation that I'll describe. You have a technician out in the field looking at a piece of equipment, and they need some troubleshooting. Well, now using an iPhone or a device, some type of tablet hardware, they can look at this device, and now somebody from remote, somebody hundreds of miles away, can now see the same piece of equipment and can be talking with them, but now they can use augmented reality to annotate and augment that situation. They can do something like this. All right, so look, you see that piece of equipment? Yeah, you see that lever right there, and they can circle it, draw an arrow to it. So you see that lever right there? You need to pull that down and then remove this part. Ah, that's beautiful, because now you're able to use this technology to work more efficiently, save downtime, a lot of different benefits from that. And that's just one example of how augmented reality you can use augmented reality for remote assistance or remote operations. So that is just a little bit of some insight and education on what augmented reality is, how you can start using it. And let's just take a recap. Workflow, training, remote assistance, and operations. Those are 3 ways that you can start thinking about how you can get started using augmented reality today. That's going to wrap up this episode of Merari's Industry 4.0 show. If you have any questions about augmented reality specifically, or anything in Industry 4.0, please get connected with me on social media. Please get connected with Merari, and also be sure to stop by Merari's website. You can find them at merari.us. All the information will be here at the end of the show as well. We look forward to talking to you and assisting you with all of your needs. Thank you again for joining us on the show today. Stay connected and stay safe, everyone.